Ovako, evo, danas imamo goste iz Bahreina, dr. Dunja, dr. Muhamed, koji će držati danas predavanje na temu inspirativne ekonomije. Naime, mi smo već duži period surađujemo duži period surađujemo sa kolegama iz Bahreina i već smo počeli, već skoro godinu dana suradnja. Danas će biti na temu inspirativna ekonomija i vezano je za jednu zanimljivu i novi jedan pristup. Tu je za ovu koordinaciju danas ovaj sastanak će, znači, odnosno ovo predavanje će biti nazočna naša kolegica Anita, a Arabela je tu koliko treba. Predavanje će biti na engleskom, eventualno ako bi trebalo nešto pitanja za prevod, ako neko ne može to, a naravno tu je Arabela Musić, koja je inače uključena. Ona je inače uključena u ovaj projekt kao student, ona je Mina i ne znam, ljudi Haris tu nije, ne vidim da su oni tu. Tako da će sve što bude pitanja, znači prema našim gostima će Arabela koordinirati. Molim vas budete pažljivi, pristojni, da ostavite dojma naravno na naše profesore kako vi to inače jeste, ali eto da ja ipak podsjetim za taj dio. I sutra, evo, znači sutra su u istom terminu, evo kako Anita rekla, predavanja, dekan to nije mogao doći, pa vas molim da budete pažljivi, koliko će to trajati, možda sat vremena. Biće zanimljivo, pratite, pitajte i povezujte se naravno. Biće će i mnogo tih tema koje će biti otvorene, gdje će sigurno i za vas biti interesantni i suradnje sa Institutom za inspirativnu ekonomiju i mogućnosti aplikacije i svašta nekakvih će biti tema zanimljivih. Ja samo želim uspješan rad svima vama i evo Anita je sad šef parade.
Samo sekundicu kad završite, ko je uzeo stolicu iz koje učionice neka je dragi.
Ništa, ja ću se navratiti.
Mi kad završimo dolazimo do vas.
Ok, ja sam tu. Arabela će tu kod mi, Arabela znači ja sam u kancelariji. Ok, ništa, vidimo se.
Do they need a translation or speak any? They know English, right? Most, right? Yeah. Good.
Okay. So we can start. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I hope my English will be smoothly, and I'll try my best to speak slowly and to be a useful and interesting lecture for you. Thanks for all of you for coming. I can see this crowded room, and I know that you are one of the strongest colleges here, that we worked a lot with you since our visits early this year, and we are working continuously with your professors. So we are sure that you are all brilliant, innovator, entrepreneurs. So that's why we are starting our topic today for the lecture. Is going to be about building an innovation, entrepreneurial, and an inspirational spirit. What does it mean? It's going to be introduced by Dr. Mohammed Bouhaji, who is the founder of Inspiration Economy Concept and Institute, and me, Dunya Ahmed. And we, as Dr. Khalid was saying, we are both coming from University of Bahrain, and we are trying to spread this concept around the world. So, before I start, do you know anything about this topic? Does it click to your mind when I talk about innovation, entrepreneurial, and inspiration? Did you ever thought of these words together? No? Okay. So what we are saying that these are the words that in the future coming for you as I assume that all of you are closer to graduation, that these are the things you should think about it more, because it's going to make your journey more inspired and will let you to look at more opportunities that you have in your wonderful country. As we talk about inspiration economy, we talk about cycle of inspiration economy that create more innovation and entrepreneurial. We believe in inspiration economy. You can see that this is our logo. That we as a person, when we go into any journey, we can't go to any journey straight. No one can grow like this, because any growing like this is going to be like an immediate failure. And we always, you are welcome. Okay. Can I leave the door open? Because I think we need some. Okay, so we always believe here that we need to go through cycles to go in our inspiration. And each time we go through challenges, then we can have more. You'll be standing all the time. Okay. Okay. So in each cycle we go. The first cycle we go on it, we go and awake our mindset, because we start our cycle with observation. We always start to observe and observe. The more we observe, we find our opportunities, and then we awake our mindset. And we believe always the area of observations comes here. The more we observe and we see the opportunities, we go high, and then we start to observe again, so then we can go to our second cycle. In our second cycle, we get more developed because we get more experiences, we've done more things, and we explore new opportunities. So in the second cycle, we accommodate the ideas in our mindset so we can go to it. The more we go into our cycles, the more we go for sustaining it and having it in a better mood, because then we are going to learn from all our previous challenges that we face. So always in your life and always in your projects and your work, you never can be like this. It's always going to be challenges, opportunities, and observation. The main secrets that we use in inspiration is the two words: observation, opportunities. The more you observe, you see opportunities, you try it, then you observe again and you see it. And this is how it goes on, but it makes you going higher and higher. No matter challenges will come in each cycle that you go with it. As an institution, we work also with youth economy. I don't know if all of you heard about the Youth Economy Forum. Arvel, did you tell them anything about it?
We didn't spread it that much, only on the service we had.
Can you say it in a few words for all of them in Bosnian?
Sure. Dakle, sad smo u septembru imali forum, inspirativni forum mladih koji se održavao u ovom forumu gdje smo uglavnom se bavili sa 5 tema: migracije, kvalitet života mladih, poduzetništvo, religija i etika i još jedan ste bojte koji uglavnom tih 5 grupa se bavilo sa glavnim problemima koji se susreću mladih i mi smo kroz tih 5 dana zajedno sa ekspertima iz Bahreina pokušali da nađemo neki projekat koji bi se sad u junu trebao realizirati i koja grupa pobjedi bit će novčano podržana i u realizaciji tog projekta. To je glavno bilo.
So exactly
she was the leader for the forum, by the way. So
okay. And they've done a great job with the culture club. What do you mean that here we are spreading more the idea of working with youth economies? Because we believe that these are the real economy that we are talking about, and through them we can do lots of changes and create changes. So that's why we focus with them a lot. And of course we have our other tools that we work. We have researches that we work in, indexes, the labs. We do the best practices, seminars, open days, so it's a lot of work that we try to make it and work with it. So what are the labs for innovation, business models to make it? I think all of you are very aware of the word labs as you are coming from this specialty college. And you see in inspiration that we have labs, maybe you feel, so I put a word that for you, how do we use labs in when we're spreading of our ideas. When we talk here about labs, we are talking first thing that when we observe things, when we go into any organization, either it's governmental, NGO, it's a factory, SME, no matter what is the business that we business, we always use the word observation, and this is something that you use it a lot in your labs. Then we go and explore the things. We define their business model, the key business factors that they have in their businesses. So this is very important. No matter, you don't do this only in the laboratory things, you do it wherever you are working. And from there we get the learning that we want, and then we reflect the things, and by reflecting we find the opportunities that we are talking about. And in this stage of observation and exploring, we say that we are talking about codification. We codify things. We try Normally when you go to lots of organizations, they work in a chaos. They don't have all these things. So we start to codify things in this level and then classify them until we reach at the end to the stage of stratification. And here where we got more estimation, we know what we are doing, want to do, and things, the futuristic things gets very clear to us. So this is how we work in it. Is my English okay, slow or fast, or do you need, anytime you need any translation, just ask Arabic. Okay. And what we work mainly with the business models organization that we visit in the labs, the main thing we work is the business model they have. And each and every business you are going to have when you are going to graduate, in every organization, even in the university, the college, everything starts with a business model. The strongest the business model they have clear, the work is going to be developed, not only grow. And the main secret that we work in a good business model, when it gets more independent. The more your business model depends on other, that it's depending, for example, on a fund from a government, a support from an organization, whatever you depend on, that means this is a weak business model. Because it means that the time that what you depend on will stop, the whole business is going to drop. So the main idea we try to work with by doing the Inspiration Economy Labs to make it more independent. This is the first things that you work in. And we make sure that there is enough communication between all different key business factors that we are working with in the business models. So, and when we work with the business, we know that lots of ideas come and most of them are creative. So all of us think about new things. Creativity is one of the things that you are taught of, that you have it, that you are trying to work with it. If this creativity is not turned into innovation, doing the things, it's going to be only an idea. So what we try to do is shift it from the idea by doing the idea, and the most important thing is marketing the idea. And here when you go to the entrepreneurship, it's how to take it into a market, not to make it only an idea in your head or in your shelves in your university that you were learned in the labs. So here where we talk about the role of inspiration. And the more you want to take it to the market, need to be more independent, and we always talk that it need to have less bottlenecks. Do you know what I mean by bottlenecks? Arvella, what do I mean by bottlenecks? We've done it. It's the areas that every time you run your business, you find that their obstacles and challenges are in the same channels that you face them with. Every time you get the same problem. It was once, twice, every time. This is like a cycle of challenges. It's a bottleneck that every time you can't go through very easily, and you find here that you should reduce it, because you know that these are every time bottlenecks takes a lot of your energy and make it more difficult and less smoother for you to make it. So it's, yes, you want to make it independent and to make the challenges is part of the journey, but if it's the same one every time, you need to get rid of it and try to make it smoother for yourself here. And from here, the challenges is going to be easier for you, and you're going to learn from each time you get different challenges. And here when I was talking to you about being more intelligent, being more forecasting, we always see, are the business models and where are they? If they are in the chaos places that we need to move them to work more on their data, focus more on what they want until they go more into estimation, forecasting, until they reach the area of intelligence. So the more the business models take us into this area, then we are going to be more competitive. We can work more independently in this model. And in inspiration, of course, we say that we work a lot and very closely, and it's integrated with the word of socioeconomy. Are you all familiar with the word socioeconomy?
Yes.
Okay. Can you explain it?
Not really.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So, I'm sure that all of you are familiar in a way or another with socioeconomy, because we know that in our world, we always live and we believe a lot in the holistic and multidisciplinary specialty. Today I can't work and say I'm going to work with economy without knowing the social context. I can't live with the social context without living with the economy things. And even in your disciplines, no matter what is your specialty is, you always need to work in this multidisciplinary things. So the social and economy factors, they are always connected together and you can't live without them each other. So inspiration works a lot and comes through the socio-economy, and we try through the inspiration business models to make the currency of inspiration. And in an inspiration economy, we work with all different levels. We work with individuals, societies, and organizations. And we more focus on the society are the end result, but to do the change in the society, we do it through the organizations. And when you change the organization, individuals change as well, because you need always the people who are in this organization who are going to work with you to create this business model for you. So the more innovative you are in your business model, the more entrepreneurial spirit you are going to have in your work you are going to do. And to do your business model in an innovative way, an entrepreneurial way, to explore your business model, you always should ask yourself the questions of what is this business model is special of and why do I have it? The benefit of this business model. You keep the how towards like the middle, you don't start with it, because if you get yourself busy with the techniques from the beginning, you are going to lose the big picture. So start with the bigger questions and then come to the hows and make the barriers towards the end so you don't get busy with the challenges before knowing what is the big picture. Always in drawing your business models, know what is the big picture that you want. What do I want from this business that I'm drawing for? And then you need to know the trends that going around you in the world, because the more you know about the trends, you will know how to make yours more innovative and more renewable things. And I think from here, Dr. Muhammad want to continue.
Okay, I just wanted to test what you understood from Dr. Dunya. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm very happy again to be here in biotechnology. As Dr. Dunya was saying, we started our inspiration economy journey with this college and with the professors of this college. So Prof. Khalid, he's one of our editorial board members and our journal of inspiration economy. We are not here to give you whatever we want. We want to give you whatever you need. And for that, I will just make sure, I'm not keen to cover all the slides, but I'm keen just to make sure that you really understand what you need, okay? And I will ask you, based on believing in empathetic thinking of what you need. First of all, what business you are in? What's your business? Anyone?
Agriculture.
Agriculture, okay. Only agriculture?
Forestry. Yes.
Forestry, excellent. What else? Environmental science. What else?
Food technology.
Food technology, right? So you have, I think, lots of, even you can go into chemistry labs and pharmaceuticals, right? So the good thing about biotechnology, and by the way, I am biomedical engineer. My background is biomedical engineer, so I appreciate your studies, because you have lots of different things you need to know and so on. And this is why we started with telling you what means an inspiration lab. When you go to the lab, what is the most important thing you do? All of you have to go through labs, right? I think maybe at least 30% of your work will be around the labs, whether lab inside the college or labs outside, right? You take samples, it means you are doing something relevant to the lab. So what is the first thing you do when you want to do a lab?
Protection.
Sorry?
Protection.
Protection, okay, excellent. This is excellent for safety, but what else? The first thing, as Dr. Dunya was saying, it's about the issue of observation, okay? And all the things we're going to do later is relevant to observation. For example, taking the sample itself is part of the observation, okay? And we are having very popular cases in Bahrain. We solve it through just taking proper observation, enhancing the availability of observation. It means observation. What are the ways we can observe things about food or about environment or anything, what is the most important observation we have? Visual observation, right? The five senses, by the way. Even smell, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He given us, our God, He given us, even the smell is a part of, so even the five senses, the more we use it, even the touch itself is part of observation. So observation is very important technique for us, those who are working in biotechnology or going to be working for relative sciences and that, or even in solving our problems, which I call it Sherlock Holmes. How many of you have seen Sherlock Holmes film?
Yes.
Sherlock Holmes, right? If you are working in biotechnology, you're supposed to see Sherlock Holmes films. Okay, all of them, all the series. Okay, because they give you the essence of what, of really looking for, trying to discover things. Okay, trying to solve complex problems. This is the spirit of Sherlock Holmes, and this is the spirit of, by the way, having always an inquiry or questioning things. You are supposed not to take things for granted. Otherwise, you'll not be a researcher. And most of the good, by the way, scientists, they are good researchers. Even they are not researchers by discipline, but they are good researchers. And this is very important for us. And for that, we've given you the lecture about the spirit of entrepreneurship and innovation. Okay. Why we are talking about innovation? Because it's supposed to be part of your discipline. Okay, and unfortunately, most of the colleges, we find that they don't talk about innovation. They think innovation is only someone else's business, it's engineering. No, innovation is part of your job. And entrepreneurship is part of your job. Because through innovation, you can enhance your ability to observe. And you can use your observation to improve the opportunities that you can discover. You can solve lots of problems through just having a proper observation and linking your observation to finding opportunities, not problems. See, most of our mindset we've been taught in colleges and schools is about logical thinking. That always we're supposed to find a problem. No, we are supposed to find opportunities. And there is lots of opportunities around us today. If Bosnians, especially you Bosnians, think about opportunities, you will not leave this land. Because this land is full of opportunities. But it needs proper observation. It needs linking things together. Okay, maybe Rabella, she knows, because she worked with us for some time. We've been the last 4 months she worked with us and she's seen what you do. We brought lots of things, but we asked about lots of things that is available in this country. For example, how many of you know the Helda product? Okay, the Helda.
No.
This is the Helda is the most expensive. We put it in the coffee, especially in the Arab world. Now we put it in every cooking. Our cooking is herbal cooking. Okay. It is the most expensive item in the cooking or in the herbals in the Arab world. Okay, it's very expensive. While here it is available and nobody care about it. So you guys, you are not supposed to be only looking for a job and working as a scientist in a laboratory paid by the government. You can find lots of opportunities to find your jobs, or you find your own companies, and you are the people who are capable of that. Because there's lots of nature in Bosnia that is having, it just needs proper observation, and it needs proper linking of things. And frankly, it needs another spirit besides innovation, which is what? Entrepreneurship. What is the difference between entrepreneur? You know entrepreneurs, right? What means entrepreneurs? They are job creators. They will not be job seekers, okay? They create their own business. What is the difference between entrepreneur and non-entrepreneur? What do you think is the main difference?
We are the boss.
You are the boss, excellent. What else?
We work
They work hard.
Yes.
Yeah, and smart maybe, sometimes not hard, but smart. But the main difference between them and other non-entrepreneurs, the main difference between Steve Jobs and Bill Gates and so on, and these people and us, is that they are more risk takers. They take more risk in life. And if this college managed to bring people that they are only very good biotechnologists, but they are afraid of taking any risk, we'll end up all of us asking for the government for a job, or migrating for Germany or for or Austria or other countries just for finding a job in a laboratory. Okay. While we could have found here lots of ideas from this beautiful line, beautiful nature, which is this untouched nature. There's lots of things here that you can do in this country. So this is why we are talking about innovation. It's very relevant to your business, And this is why Dr. Dunya was emphasizing about the business model. The business model, you can implement this business model in 3 areas. First of all, in youth. The most important thing in life, we ask lots of people, by the way, we go around the schools and the universities, and we ask a lot of people, how many of you have a goal? We have very few people that they have really a goal in life. A goal that they know what they are doing relevant to that, or why they are here. So how many of you have a goal in life? Okay. You can see around, and there are a few people, maybe you have a goal to be a biotechnologist, but it's not an enough goal. A goal to be a study biotechnology so that I will be, for example, an entrepreneur, or I'll be a researcher, or I'll be a scientist. Then a goal, after that, another goal, that because I'll be a scientist, I can help my country. I'll bring more companies here, or pharmaceuticals, or something like this, okay? If you don't have this, then you are not living. You are alive, but you are not living. Because always there is a Prime Minister of Britain, okay, UK. His name is Gordon Brown, okay? Gordon Brown was before Blair, you know? Tony Blair, okay? Maybe you are young, you didn't see Tony Blair. But Tony Blair and Gordon Brown, he was the earlier Prime Minister, about maybe 20 years ago. And he said people, after he became, now he left the Prime Minister, he became inspired. And he said, I don't imagine how come we are people, we live without air for how long? How long we can live without air? Without getting any air or oxygen? 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Some of us maybe, they go up to 10 minutes if they are divers and they are good divers, right? Or athletics, okay? But for me, 2 minutes is enough, yeah. Okay? Then, what else? How we can live without water for how many days, you think? 3 days, okay? If it is a good weather, maybe they go to even 4 or 5 days, okay? If it is summer and hot summer, they 3 days and they get dehydrated. But how come we can live for any minute, for any second, without being inspired? And you cannot be inspired unless you link your goals to what you are doing today. Why you are in this lecture hall? Is it because the college wanted that, Prof. Khalid wanted that, Khalid and these people, they told us to come here, or we are attending here to see maybe some idea will come and click in my mind relevant to my goal. Because if it is not relevant to my goal, why should I come to and waste 1 hour in this lecture hall? It is very important that we ask ourselves these questions, and the business model starts with me. I supposed to know that I am free from a lot of change. You know, lots of people have energy, strong like you, they have yours, they have life in front of them. Okay. But unfortunately, they put themselves in chains. They think there is only one solution to any problem. Do you think, as a biotechnologist, did you see there is always one solution to one problem? No. You are actually part of the training that we do in laboratories, especially in undergraduate, and this is what we train our students, is that there is lots of solutions to one problem. Okay? The more you see the solution, the more you are innovative. And this is supposed to be applied to our life. And for that we discuss about the business model, because you can apply this business model to yourself, you apply it to your society, your family, and to your company or to your college. And for that we see, in order to create this person, the inspired person, this is a map of an inspired person. First of all, repetition for us in laboratory, will increase our logical, but in the same time our analogical thinking. Okay, what means analogical? Means we can see something similar to that and we apply it in different way. Okay, going through failures. Don't you get through failures when you are doing some tests in the lab? Yes, right. Lots of time you fail to do you do a test and then either you didn't do it in a proper way, or you did it but you didn't get the result as per the book. Okay, because something else has happened. Maybe the environment, maybe something else about it. And this is supposed to create for you the empathetic thinking. And when you are going through challenges, and this is what you do when you go to solve any problem, or you take any case study in an outside field, for example, for breeding or relevant to the cows, or forestry to improve maybe the type of trees and so on. This is all of this is about challenges. And this is the spirit that is supposed to be built in you, which is the creative thinking, which builds the spirit of entrepreneurship in our life. I'll give you an example, and I want to make it more of a discussion. We had a problem in Bahrain, and this is a problem that even happened in Bosnia, will happen in Bosnia, and it happened in Bosnia. I heard in Sarajevo, it happened this summer. We got lots of poisonous food. People has got poisonous diseases from food, okay, during summer. In Bahrain, we have it during summer always. And it is increasing every year, even though the government is increasing the number of inspectors, okay? And these food they get from a specific type of food. I'll just specifically tell you, fast food, especially hamburger and these things, which is they have lots of oil and so on. And during summer they will get, spoiled very quickly. My question to you, let's imagine, God forbid, that Bihac during summer had more poisonous, food than last year. First of all, does this affect say the reputation of Bihac or not? If you have poisonous food, it affects the reputation because tourists will not come. They will be afraid to eat in the restaurants, for example. Okay, so I want to have every 3 together, or every 4 or 5 together, sitting near each other. I want to discuss to tell me now what is the innovative or inspiring solutions in order to minimize the possibility of poisonous food in Bihac during summer. So let's discuss. Okay, I will give you 5 minutes. Okay, how we reduce poisonous food in summer in Bihac restaurants. Okay, let's take 5 minutes and discuss, and then I want to hear from you. My question is clear? Okay, guys. Okay, shall I start from the back side? I'll ask you guys from the back side, the last group. Since you are having good discussion, so I wanted to know what is the. So how can we reduce? We want innovative thinking. Okay. See now, you as a biotechnologist, what you do if you have a poisonous food, usually the food related team, you will take samples, right? But this will be what? Is this reactive or proactive? It's a reaction, right? People complain that they got poisonous diarrhea, for example. They go to a hospital, so the hospital will tell you this restaurant or municipality that this hospital, this restaurant have a problem. These people they have eaten in this and they got diarrhea and they got poisons. Okay, but this is too late. How we prevent? My question: how we prevent Bihac from having poisonous, especially during summer, where now temperature is getting higher and higher because of the global effect. So I want to hear from the last two guys. Okay.
Možete reći na našem jeziku, a Arabela će se nije nikakav problem ako se već nalazite dobro na engleskom. Slobodno možete pričati na engleskom. A možete nekako, naravno. Jeste li razumjeli pitanje?
Okay, that one is hiding behind the chair. Okay.
Better preservation of meat.
I cannot hear you, sir.
Better preservation of meat and sauces.
Okay, excellent. So one of the ways prevention is that we'll make sure as we, for example, let's say you become an inspector, because one of the jobs that you are more specialized than any other else is that you are a good inspector because you've been trained to testing. So you check about story, right? And the way that meat and other things are preserved. What else?
Better regulation from our maybe health inspection.
Better?
Health inspection.
Yes.
Inspection.
Inspection,
Health
doctor,
inspection.
Yeah, I know. How are you going to do a better health inspection?
Well, that's
For the workers, you mean?
yes.
Yeah, their hands, the way they are, taking care,
Yes,
right?
our personal hygiene.
Personal hygiene, okay. For the food workers?
Yes.
Yes, okay, excellent.
Maybe as a specialist to help our farmers how to make better food.
Okay, excellent. So again, preparing food in a proper way and storing it after preparation. Excellent, okay. Yes, ma'am.
We can use the situation to affect people to eat healthier, so we can sell fresh domestic fruits on streets, perhaps.
Okay, excellent. So again, maybe awareness for people and to eat healthier, and maybe they always take fresh food, and they even to be careful about areas where the food are not prepared. Okay, what else?
Eating food without pesticides. Pesticida.
Aha, da sam...
Pesticides? Pesticides, yes, pesticides. Excellent. Excellent.
Also, something which will help us and our land is to buy our natural products
Okay.
from our farmers, our businessmen. Why? Because in that way we will help us and our economy.
Excellent, excellent. Okay. What else? This is some of the solutions are very interesting, and this is what we did in Bahrain. But anything else? Because I heard that the students of this college is claimed by Bihac University the best students. Okay? So I'm not sure if this is true or not, or the mentioned students. Okay. I'll tell you what we did in Bahrain. Okay? In Bahrain we had this problem increasing, and we could not solve this problem by having more inspectors, or also by training for hygiene in general. Okay? But what we did, first of all, we started to, again, through observation, we found, for example, what type of restaurants that is having more poisons. And I told you it's fast food. What type of fast food? Those who use oil in cooking and so on, okay? Then, what type, and how many, in which area, or who are these who are having repeated poisons in the last 2 years? Again, they were, as Dr. Dunya was saying, codification, they were codified. So we put on them like red dots, okay? So that we monitor them always. Then the second thing we did is that the government or the people who are working in food, they used to say that we need more people. And we say no. We improve without resources. This is inspiration. So what we did, we made sure, first of all, is that they work not as a police. Now most of the inspectors in all the world, they work as a police. When they go, they take sample, right? And they go, and then if they didn't find proper sample, if it is poisonous or something, then they will close the shop, or they will give a warning or something like this, or a fine. While in Bahrain, what we said, no, we want you to work as a trainers. So the inspectors, first of all, we minimize the corruption. Because lots of inspectors, they take bribes. You know that, even in Bosnia, by the way. It's very popular. So we said, no, you are afraid, we're going to measure you, not by how many shops you close, but how many training you have done effectively. So we changed the mindset from being a police to being a proper trainer. The more that you visit certain type of restaurants or shops, the more these shops are supposed to be more safer. And they shouldn't be reported to have any diseases. And then we started to give what we call it a green sticker. So if you go to Bahrain today, you know from the green sticker that this restaurant didn't have any poisonous in the last 5 years. So this has increased the possibility of that. Everyone now wants to get this sticker. Why? Because again, this is something that is very good for their business. Before, they used to close the shops and they put this shop is, for example, this restaurant have poison. So what would happen to the business? It will come down, right? So see, again, the positive thinking, putting the spirit of entrepreneurship and innovation in your type of business can solve lots of problems. Also, we brought another thing. We said to every customer entering the shop that you help the people, if they feel that there is something smelly in their food, you tell them in the right time and make a complaint. And we put a complaint box inside each restaurant that was having a problem. With time, we've seen that lots of restaurants, they minimize their problems and they became a good restaurants and so on. They became actually reference of excellence. They improved their stuff. Also, one of the things that always failure in a business model, this is what Dr. Benny was trying to tell you, is communication. Most of organizations or most of the scientists like you, they are very good scientists, but what's their problem? They cannot communicate properly. Okay? So what we made sure is that, for example, that we have 5 types of languages in Bahrain. Besides English, we have Indian, we have Mandarin, which is Chinese, we have Filipino. These are people who are living in Bahrain and they cannot speak Arabic very well. So we started to make pamphlets relevant to their own language on how to avoid, having a problem and so on. And this is an example of how we can create a problem with the spirit of having a biotechnologist with having entrepreneurship and innovation. And this is where you can solve lots of problems like this in the future in your own country. And this is what we call pull thinking. So instead of push thinking, the government or the people in the government wanted to increase the number of inspectors, okay, or the number of laboratories. What we did, we reduced the number of laboratories because now we don't take a lot of samples. Now we reduced the number of inspectors and we improved that these restaurants, they became, instead of being bad, they're being closed, they're being fine, they became very good restaurants with time. And we minimized the poison in Bahrain. This is the example why we are telling you, and it's very important that we have the spirit of entrepreneurship in general. So we're supposed to be problem solvers, okay, but with creative thinking. So now our problem today, why we are not having, why we are, one of the things that is blocking us, you cannot be a good biotechnologist if you are having 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, as I told you, you have to be like Sherlock Holmes. You have the spirit of inquiry, the spirit of questioning everything you are doing. Why I'm doing this? What is the essence of this? This will help you. So problem solving is not a serious business. It's a fun business. If you don't think this way, then you'll end up only using your logical thinking. Okay? You should have the humor where you feel that you are doing something and it is really interesting. This is very important when you go into the laboratory. You should be asking lots of reasoning, and feeling, that you are doing something that's really worth to be studied. And you should believe that yesterday's problem is today's opportunity. Whatever that, so far, for example, I was telling Prof. Khalid, so far there is no fresh milk in supermarkets. You don't have fresh milk. You are the country of fresh milk, but you don't have fresh milk in the market. Okay? We are buying a long life, okay, which is not healthy, by the way. Okay? The packing itself is not, it's supposed not to be used for long life anyway. But there's no people that are approaching this problem and so on. So yeah, today's problem, okay, actually it is your future opportunity. So you might come with solution to improve the fresh milk by having better packing, improving the manufacturers here, Milk Sun and other companies, to improve their products. And it will be your near future opportunity. It will help you a lot to solve the problems in a proper way. And I will leave you with these questions, okay? Because these questions are very important for us when we are working in a biotechnology lab. Number 1, you should ask every day when you are working and you are walking in the road, what is happening in this area? Why can't I improve this area? Okay, because this is an opportunity for you, those who are working in forestry. What are the most important questions you should ask? Forestry, I think you are environmental cautious. So forestry, what is the most important thing you notice in Bosnia for preparing for winter? Cutting the wood, right? Cutting the wood, you are using, instead of having high-end product and using the wood in a proper way, everybody is using the wood for fire, right? There is no proper solutions that's coming up to minimize the cutting of the wood. So you are eating your richness, your rich thing, your wealth. You are eating it every day, every year by this thing. So this is an example of questioning. What are the signs of good practices? What do we have in Bosnia that we can market to the world? Again, it's something you can help your country in. What do you have in Bosnia that you can market to the world? A good practice.
Water.
Water, excellent. So what you are supposed to be? The water country. If I really want to, now the next war, always I say, the next war is not, it will not be about power. It will be about water. Already there is an announced war between France and America with water. Okay, that is why for that we have water from Destiny and we have water from Coca-Cola, for example. These are the major players in this. So Bosnia, there is lots of opportunity for you guys. There is 50 people here now in this room or more. There is lots of opportunity for you guys to open a business relevant to water. What I can do with water, you think? Everything, lots of things. For that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that we created from water everything that is alive. You can imagine. So everything, even our body, is more than what?
60%.
70% of it is water, even. Okay? 70% of our body is water. So you can imagine that we can do lots of things with water. We can cut with it, we can manufacture with it, we can bring energy with it, we can do lots of things with it, so that the business of water. And I can tell you, Prof. Dunya, what you've seen in Iceland. Just tell it.
Just thinking about it.
Yeah.
In Iceland, they used to sell in the cans, each can 50 euros. Do you think what they sell in it? They just write in it Iceland air.
Have you heard about it? But now
And
we've seen
it
it.
was very popular. Every
Australia,
tourist area you go, at the airport, you see these cans, this big can for 50 euros, Iceland air. And I think your air is even better than that.
Okay. And this is the
How much you
Iceland.
sell it for me?
Okay. So this is an example, and we thought always this is a joke. We read about it on the internet, but we thought this is a joke. We've seen it in every place in Iceland. They put it in the supermarket, in the petrol station, and people are buying it. You can imagine, the tourists, they are buying this for home to get Iceland air by paying lots of money for that. This is an example of opportunities in front of you guys. I hope for you all the best. I know that you are, you need to go for other lectures. If you have any questions before we conclude, any questions for us? So keep it up, inshallah. And remember, if you are graduating or not graduating as a biotechnologist, you are graduating as an innovator and entrepreneur. This is supposed to be the discipline of those people who work in laboratory. This is what I learned in my life, and for that I go around to solve problems in different ways, because this is what I've been taught when I go to laboratories. Thank you very much. I wanted to ask you, what's your name? Adnan, mashallah. You are really different than others. It was very clear coming from the first one.
Thank you very much. But listen me very much carefully. But in our country, it's hard to practice. Yes. Because our government,
Even in our country. Even in our country, we have to practice. This is the good thing about the spirit of this for inspire people. You can ask Arabella how much he suffered from working with us.